You probably know that Samsung has a Galaxy S25, an S25 Plus, and an S25 Ultra, but did you know there's apparently an S25 Mini?
Huh?
Well, I bought a couple variations of it from TEMU, and in this video, we're going to test them out and see if they're any good. Now guys, here's the thing. I've bought a lot of phones from TEMU in the past, and they always have something ridiculous going on with them, so let's see what's up with these phones today. Now guys, we have two phones. We'll start with this one right here and see what's inside. But ladies and gentlemen, we got the phone itself, and like I said, this thing is tiny. Just like, look at this in the palm of my hand. And look at the size and shape of this thing. You can see it looks kind of like a hybrid of an S25 and an S25 Ultra. It has the same camera layout as an S25 Ultra, but the curvature of it is more like an S25 or S25 Plus. But let's go ahead and take all this crap off of here. And wow, dude, the screen protector it comes with has air bubbles already pre-installed. That's a great sign. And as per usual, there's just a bunch of like crap on the back right here. But let's go ahead and see if this thing turns on and we'll see what happens. Oh no, it's a welcome phone. I shouldn't be surprised, but dude, welcome phones are always just so jank. But we'll find out exactly how jank it is here in a second. Now, as this thing's booting up, I want to give you guys a bit of a size reference. So as you can see, we have an S25 Ultra Plus thing that came from like TEMU or TikTok sometime in the past, and it's super jank, but you can just kind of see the size difference. It's got the same camera layout, the same kind of curvature, but it's yeah, about a fourth of the size here. And sure enough, oh my goodness, here we go again. This thing is absurdly small. And immediately opening this thing up, you can see the icons it's obviously Android, and it looks pretty similar to Galaxy One UI, at least in terms of how the icons look. It's not exactly the same, but the gallery and the messaging and contacts and phone, they're all fairly close. So you got the FM radio, Face Lock, Facebook, Netflix, TikTok, and Twitter. Wow, so that's this thing's old if it's showing a Twitter logo instead of an X logo, but all right. And really the more interesting thing to point out is this booted straight into Android. There was no setup process or anything. I didn't put my email in, so yeah, that's a little sketch, but let's go ahead and I guess just start by connecting to Wi-Fi and see if that works. And in typical fashion of these really crappy devices, it doesn't even support 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi, only 2.4, which is pretty sad here in 2025. And let's just point out the obvious here. Our keyboard is tiny. Like, how do I type on this? Let me just try to type in hello poop. Oh wow, I actually got it. That's impressive, I'm not gonna lie. Hey, there we go. All right guys, so we are connected to Wi-Fi, which is honestly a little bit surprising. We'll test that out here in a second, but first let's go to our settings and kind of scroll through, see what kind of specs or standard specs are on this phone. All right, so first things first, we got our storage here. We got 32 gigs. Okay, that's not horrible for this little tiny thing. And by the way, just for reference, this thing was like 40 bucks. And checking out the About phone, they actually call it an S24 Mini despite the listing saying S25 Mini, so that's classic TEMU for you there. We're apparently on Android version 8.1, which is likely a lie. 3 gigs of RAM, and as you saw, 32 gigs of ROM. I'm also curious if we have fingerprint. Oh, dude, we have fingerprint here. There's no way there's really a fingerprint sensor on this phone, but we'll test it out here. All right, so it's telling me there's a sensor right about here. We'll see if it actually does anything. It's probably one of these. Let's test it out. Yeah, you can just press random fingers and it'll just accept it. Nice. Let me add another finger. All right, one more finger here. All right, so unlock, we'll start with my thumb here. And yep, thumb works. Okay. Let's test out my pinky on the left hand, which I did not, yeah, I didn't register that one, so that's great. And next up, we'll do the classic here. We'll try an elbow. And classic. It's so ridiculous, dude. Stop putting fingerprint sensors on these things if it's not real. That's just like straight up fraud. Like, how are you doing that? But next up, guys, let's go ahead and explore the Play Store, see if we can get that to load and sign in, and we'll try to download some apps to test out. All right, well, I have a couple of apps downloading here. We'll test those out here in a second, but first, let's go to, well, if it'll let me. Oh yeah, let's go back to our home menu, boot up YouTube, and just try to watch some videos. It's a great test, just a sanity test to see if the phone functions at all. Sometimes this will happen where I try to boot up YouTube and it just hangs up forever. I also just, as we're booting up, I just noticed there's a little like blue line right there next to our camera and our speaker. I don't know if you can see that. What is that? Is it some sort of proximity sensor or something maybe? I can't imagine that's legit, but yeah. All right, well, I was gonna try out YouTube next, but I guess let's go try our cameras because maybe those will load up. And as you saw, we have our front-facing camera, which appears to be a real camera. Then on the back, we have like 5 different circles here. It looks like only one is a lens. One is flash and the other ones are just fake, typical, and the camera is just not loading either. This is great. Oh, nice. YouTube's not responding while I'm opening the camera app. Oh, finally it's open. Okay, let's take a selfie first. Okay, honestly, that's not horrible. It's not great, but I've seen a whole lot worse. Let's try the back camera. And we'll actually try out the video function, video recording function here on the back camera, and it's, yeah, so far it looks like it's lagging like crazy, but not horrible. Let's see what it looks like. And of course, the bad news here, as you just saw earlier, you can't watch YouTube. This is currently the YouTube app. Just this blank white screen, this is YouTube. Now guys, in case you haven't been able to tell, this thing is painfully slow. I'll just kind of show you. So we're on the Play Store, and as I scroll, it's just, yeah, it's not doing anything. Oh, there it goes. It did something now. Oh, wait, oh, wow, actually, that's really responsive now. Here's the thing, guys. This phone might really suck so far, but you know it probably doesn't suck. Well, this Google Pixel 9 I bought recently should be pretty good, and also I have this recliner I got from FlexiSpot that's pretty awesome. Got it recently, and I want to thank FlexiSpot for sponsoring today's video. Now, you guys probably know that FlexiSpot makes standing desks. I mean, I literally have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 FlexiSpot desks in my office, but what you might not know is they also have recliners like the XRC7 that I have here, and I gotta say, it's really comfy. And this recliner has, you know, every feature built in that you could need. First of all, it obviously reclines. Second, and this is my favorite part, not only does it rock back and forth, but it also has 360 degrees of swivel action, so you can spin and adjust your angle as much as you want to. Also, this is something you don't really see in recliners, but it's got an armless design, which means you can easily sit cross-legged in the chair if you want to. And the recliner even has this nifty little drawer built into the side so you can store remotes or other items, and also the chair supports 350 pounds, which means that both of my dogs could hop up into the chair with me if they really wanted to. So if you guys are looking for a comfy addition to your home, check out the FlexiSpot XRC7 using the link down below or scan the QR code on the screen. Well, in the meantime, while the apps are still trying to do something, I'm going to go ahead and try to throw in a SIM card here and see what it'll do. So we have a little SIM card tray here on the side. Yeah, you can see a spot for an SD card and a SIM card. All right, I just threw my Verizon SIM card in here. I'm guessing it's not going to work, but we'll test it out. And of course, the phone is just frozen. What? Dude, this is miserable. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It actually recognized the Verizon SIM for a second, but it's just not doing anything. And now it's trying to search again. You can see there's no bars up there. Clearly, this phone doesn't support something, even though it says it's unlocked. I don't know, man. This thing is also heating up like crazy. Let's go ahead and see if an app downloaded maybe, finally. Yeah, nothing. All right, this thing's just a piece of crap. I can't even test out YouTube or a game or frankly, anything. Let's move on to our S25 Mini Ultra thing here and see if this is any better.
2 hours later.
Hold up, guys. So before we move on, this phone finally downloaded some apps, so let's go ahead and test these out, I guess, before we move on. You gotta be kidding me, dude. After this thing took like 10 minutes to load, it finally just says it's not responding. Yeah, you can't play games on this thing, as you can see. Let's go ahead and boot up the device info app though, and hopefully it works so we can get some more details here. All right, so yeah, display is 854 by 480 and a 4.9 inch screen, which is incorrect. Come on, man, every time. Yeah, it's about 3 inches. Now, I don't know if the app's wrong or if maybe the kernel level of this phone is just all those details are incorrect, but we'll keep going. And by the way, it looks like the CPU is an MTK 6737 32-bit. It's 4-core, and the core frequency is between 604 and 1300 megahertz, which is, yeah, that's not surprising based on the performance of this thing. Then our battery is 2100 milliamp hours, which seems way higher than it actually is because this thing's tiny and the battery's dying like crazy and it's very hot. Let's just move on, man. This thing sucks. Maybe the worst phone I've ever used. And I've used some bad ones. All right, guys, so this one right here has the phone, which is a little bit chunkier. That's really chunky, actually. And boom, wow, wait, what? What is this? Okay, so clearly, again, looks like an S25 Ultra here on the back with the camera layout. And the corners look a bit more S25 Ultra-ish as well with the, you know, just they're very sharp corners instead of rounded corners. But again, this thing is tiny. It's literally about the same size as the first one, actually a tiny bit larger, like ever so slightly larger. And it comes by default with this little thing on. There is actually no screen protector on this phone, so there's no air bubbles or anything, which is honestly a good thing, I'd say. Well, this phone has been trying to turn on for about 5 minutes now. It's been stuck on the Bezos Max screen for quite a while. And this one was $50. Like, it's not that expensive compared to like a real S25, but like for $50 you can buy a decent phone from Walmart. So this is absurd, but look, come on, man. All right, guys, well, this thing finally booted up, and it actually, at first glance, it looks better than the last one, on a newer version of Android at least. And booting in here, we've got, yeah, it's definitely a little bit newer. We have a completely different app icon set. It doesn't really look like the One UI at all. I guess they all kind of look somewhat similar. They're all slightly different, but we got gallery, settings, phone, messages, all the standard stuff. Gmail, YouTube, we got our torch. We actually got X on here instead of Twitter, which means it's a little bit newer. And then you notice we have our little swipe up mechanism here at the bottom instead of our, you know, our 3-button layout like the other phone had. Let's go ahead and start by, same as the last one. Let's go ahead and start by connecting to Wi-Fi and see if that works. Wait, oh, this thing's got 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi support. Yo, let's go. Oh man, that's sick. Yo, Wi-Fi is actually working. That's good. Let's go ahead and scroll through our settings here and get some basic details. So this phone appears to also have 32 gigs of storage and 3 gigs of RAM. And again, this one calls itself an S24 Pro despite saying S25 in the TEMU listing. Dude, they're just recycling these things, I guess. And Android version 12, which seems, it's definitely newer. I don't know if Android version 12 is accurate or not, but it definitely is newer than the last one. But guys, let's go back and I guess we'll go ahead and connect to the Play Store. And I'll try to download some apps in the background while we're doing some other stuff just because it's probably gonna take like an hour to download an app. So let's do that. Well, not a great start with this phone. I've been on this checking info screen for about 5-10 minutes now. Well, while that tries to do something in the background, maybe maybe. We'll go back and test out these cameras to start with here. And again, looking at the back, looks like we have, you know, 5 sensors, but only one is real. That one right there appears real. The rest of them just have kind of a blob there that's just a empty void of nothingness. Let's go ahead and see what it looks like. Honestly, it's like exactly the same as the last camera. I wouldn't be surprised if it has the exact same sensor inside of it, like, to be honest. Flipping around, we'll do a little video here. Yo, what's good? Also, this, ooh, the frame rate is horrible. Let's try out the fingerprint sensor that is probably on here. Wait, there's no fingerprint sensor? Wow, wait, hold on. Are they not trying to straight up scam me on this one and commit fraud? Like, okay, that's a step in the right direction. That's cool. I'm glad you're not advertising a screen unlock function that doesn't actually work at all. But again, still can't sign into Google Play here. So let's go ahead and try out a YouTube video next. See if we can actually load YouTube maybe this time. Please, come on. Oh, there we go. That's a good start. Kind of meta ad. I was actually hoping we get a TEMU ad, so I'm kind of surprised it's not TEMU, but wow, at first glance, it's actually loading properly. Let's go ahead and try to flip this bad boy around. Wow, dude, it actually, like, without too much lag, it actually flipped around. Can I fast forward? Yeah, wow. Okay, it's not lagging too bad. We'll pause it now. I'm actually, as you can see, I'm really surprised. I did not expect that at all. But let's go ahead and try to see if I can finally sign into this thing now through Google Play, maybe. Nope, still checking info. What do I do? I can't do anything. Well, in the meantime, again, we have our torch here, as you can see.
Spooky. I am the great monster of the Bezos Max S26. You'll never catch me alive.
Yeah, this thing is just straight up a piece of crap. So I've been trying to do this for probably a combined 20 minutes now. Still checking info. I just straight up can't get into the Play Store. I'm also trying this like family something app, family time app. It won't load either. That's great. Will Chrome even load? Okay, surprisingly, Chrome does load. Let me go ahead and just try one of their standard shortcuts with Amazon. See if that'll load up. Wow, the Bezos Max loads Amazon. Surprise, it's Bezos. But I guess I'll try to throw a SIM card in here, see what that does. As you can tell, I'm not... These things are annoying the crap out of me, man. Wait, hold on, it's actually working. You see we have 4G up here with some bars. And we got our Volti symbol as well. Okay, I see you. What was that? I just got a text. Wow, okay, so it actually is working. Well, guys, not sure what else to do here because I still can't get into Google Play Store. So, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Don't buy these phones. They're horrible. They suck. And I'll see you next time. Bye.